Racist Karen slaps black man in business class, demands he move to economy class. What happened next will shock you. This story is very painful. Watch till the end and leave your comments. Let's see what you think about this video. What would you do if a stranger told you that you didn't belong where you were, simply because of the color of your skin? Imagine boarding a plane, settling into your seat, ready for a peaceful flight, and suddenly someone decides you're in the wrong place. How would you react if that person went as far as laying hands on you? Meet Marcus, a successful black entrepreneur who boarded a first-class flight for a long overdue vacation after months of hard work. He was ready for a quiet flight until Karen, a woman with a smug expression, demanded that he move to economy. Her reasoning? She didn't believe a black man could afford a business class seat. Would you stand up to her, or would you let it slide? But before Marcus could even respond, she slapped him. Yes, right there in front of everyone. How could this happen in a crowded cabin, with flight attendants and passengers watching? Would anyone speak up? The cabin fell silent, eyes wide in disbelief. Passengers around Marcus froze, torn between shock and confusion. "Ma'am, I'm in my assigned seat," Marcus replied calmly, fighting to keep his cool. But Karen wasn't done. She loudly demanded that a flight attendant put him back in economy where he belongs. Now, what would you do if you were in Marcus's place? Would you stand up and confront her? Or would you hold back, knowing the stigma around getting angry as a person of color? The tension was thick, and the passengers were watching, judging, deciding who to support. How would they react? A flight attendant rushed over, glancing at Karen, then at Marcus. Karen continued, her voice dripping with entitlement. "I paid for peace and quiet," she hissed. "This man doesn't belong here." But the flight attendant, taken aback by her audacity, checked Marcus's ticket and saw it was correct. What if you were the flight attendant? Would you confront her, even at the risk of escalating things further? The other passengers started murmuring. Who would they side with? Karen's audacity left the entire cabin on edge. Once the plane landed, airport security was waiting for Karen. The entire flight had been filled with awkward tension, with Karen muttering about standards and peace. And now, she found herself in custody for assault. The passengers watched as Karen was escorted away, her face flushed with humiliation. Marcus, however, didn't look triumphant. He looked tired, disheartened. How many more times would he face something like this? As the video went viral, people around the world weighed in. Was Karen's behavior the result of ignorance, or was it something darker? And what about those who watched and said nothing? Was their silence complicit? The police officer who handled the arrest, however, faced repercussions. Public outcry demanded accountability, and soon measures were put in place to address any hint of racial bias in similar incidents. In the end, this incident left viewers with questions that lingered long after the screen went dark. If you were in Marcus's shoes, what would you have done? And if you were a bystander, would you have stood up for him? Or would you have stayed silent, hoping someone else would step in? What can we, as a society, do to prevent this from happening again? Is it enough to demand accountability, or do we need deeper changes in how we view and treat each other?
If you've watched this far, comment which country you're watching from and leave a 100 in the comment section because you are type of person that likes to finish what they started. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to get notified whenever we drop new videos.